Hey guys, this is Shade again with a old new deck. I would say this one is a mainly focused on Dragonic Overlord the End, or DOTE. This is a season or set 5 card, way old, but it dominated for a long time and then was popular yet again when Dauntless Drive Dragon came out, but this is my new take on it since set 15 came out. Alright, the starter I start with is Red Pulse Draco Kid. This is the standard counterblast, put in soul, search top 5 for grade 3 or higher. Conroe was banned. I normally run him, or would run him, but you can't anymore as a starter. The other alternative you can run is the new starter they added is Fargo, I believe his name is. His effect is put it in soul if you have an Overlord card or something, and it hits an attack. You can kill something, I believe it is. It's 5k, so that's all that really matters. It's a 5k Forerunner. Really good. I guess this effect is also, or pretty alright also. But currently I'm running this to, ensure rides and whatnot. Or try to, because normally I miss that card and don't get a grade 3 and just waste it. But, it's a thought that counts. For triggers, I am running, let's see, 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. 4 heal, not really going to explain that, putting those away. Right now, this deck has a lot of draw advantage. I am also considering 9-3, 9 crit, 3 draw, but I'm still playtesting, but as of now, playtesting, this is way too much draw, and if I don't kill them fast enough, I deck out unless they deck out. I'm actually decking people out with this, so it's not that bad, but still. I'd like to kill them faster, so 9 crit. That's the idea. Right now, it isn't, though. For draw triggers, I run 1 Gatling Call and 3 Seal Dragon ones. Seal Dragon ones are really good, but the Gatling Call is decent as well, because if you see a 0 and you have it in your hand, like, some decks require the zeros to actually be decent, so you can just kill it. Yay. Seal Dragon, you do not have bar in this deck, so you can use this to hit columns. Some people have a preference on one or the other, but I'm just using 3-1 right now. It's working fine. I feel like if it is fated for me to kill their 0, I will have this in my hand, because that's how logic works. And crits, there's nothing special about these crits. They're just crits. I would not run stands in this deck, because later you'll see the grade 3s don't really work with stands that much. For grade 1s, I run Kersey, Griffin, Wyvern, and Perfect. Perfect, you're going to have a lot of draws, and like I said, so you don't necessarily need the Quintet Wall, but if you feel you want it, you can go 3-1. I wouldn't suggest running more than that, but right now, since the card draw is amazing in a DOTE deck, you don't need the Quintet Wall. Wyvern's really good. You have a 12k attacker, so I suggest you put it behind that or the Vanguard. But yeah, you get even more draw. The other alternative for this guy is switching him out for 2 bars, the 8k base, or the Grom, I think his name is good. It's Soul Blast 2 counter, or unflip 2. So, but right now, running Wyvern is working perfectly fine for me, so. But I'll show you guys games, and when I lose, you can comment and say I should switch. But, I'm running Kersey right now. He came out in set 11. He is, when you play this down on the rear guard, and your opponent has a grade 2 or grade 2 rear guard or Vanguard, you can drop draw. Pretty good. The target for that normally is, ideally, you want to drop a draw trigger or an Overlord. Normally an Overlord, unless you need it to ride or break ride, but yeah. And, thins out your deck, whatnot. And the next one is this new card, this Eternal Bringer Griffin. Choose a grade 3 Kagero from your hand and discard it. When this is placed on the rear, you can pay that cost and what is this? Search a deck for a Dragonic Overlord, which all of your grade 3s are Dragonic Overlords. So, yeah. Well, hold on. For the break ride, that's it. And then reveal to your opponent and put it back in your hand. So you can drop any of these grade 3s and then search for this, which guarantees your break ride, and it makes it so you have heal for the burnout, which I'll explain later. So yeah, drop Overlords and kill stuff with burnout. It'll be very useful. Remember that. And remember this, you can only search for this. Or, I guess, the not break ride one if you're for some reason running that. It's not terrible, but old and outdated. Hopefully I explained that right. Alright, grade 3, or 2s rather, I run 4 Burnouts, 4 Burning Horns, 3 Bellicosity. Burning Horn Dragon, like I said earlier, I'd put the Wyvern behind it so you can hit 17. It's not going to hit cross-ride well, but the Wyvern isn't really good at behind anything but Vanguard and Burning Horn. 12k attacker, I'm not really going to explain that more. Bellicosity is the unflip. If I didn't run this, I would probably switch everything to like Steel Dragon triggers and probably run Corduroy, or maybe Berserk Dragon, or there's a dragon in the first extra booster that unflipped, or soul charged rather. I might consider that, but Bellicosity is working fine. And since I don't really run bar, I don't want to run a 10k. So, yeah, unflips damage, you're going to use a decent amount of counterblast, so, yay. Reasons. You could also run 3 burnouts and 4 bellicosities, but this is working pretty good for me. And burnout is new card, double rare. When it's placed on rear guard, if you have a Kagero Vanguard with Overlord in the name, which is all the Vanguards in this deck, you can Soul Blast 1, choose an Overlord from your drop zone. Oh wait, no, I said that completely wrong. Soul Blast 1, when it's placed on rear, if you have a Kagero Vanguard, you can put an Overlord from your drop at the bottom of your deck, and you kill something. So it's basically, you put a different card, or another card at the bottom of your deck, and Soul Blast and kill something. It's really nice, so, yeah. That's probably why it's a double rare, because really cheap cost, pretty easy because it has support to, you know, help it kill stuff. Yeah. And grade 3s, I run this, yeah, they're all Overlord cards. Alright, I guess I'll just go in this. This is the set 5-1, new one, new one. Let's start the break ride. Break ride is when you break ride over it, the thing you're riding over gets plus 10,000 and an effect that counter blast 1, discard 1 at the end of the battle that it attacked a rear guard. You can stand the Vanguard. And yeah, so instantly, normally people won't guard the side if you're attacking with Vanguard, so it's a -1 for them and it's a plus for you since, you know, you're only discarding 1 and getting. Yeah, this is the previous one to both of these cards, so if you ride any of them over this, then they get the 13 base, really good defensively. And its actual break ride +2, or the +2 that most break rides have, is probably the worst in my opinion. It is, if you have more rear guards than your opponent. Normally, it's just if it's boosted or attacks, it gets +2, but yeah. This one sucks, other than the effect. Alright, let's go into DOTE. This is an old card. It does not require limit break. It is the cross-ride of that, like I said. And its effect is when it hits, no matter what it hits, if it hits a rear guard or Vanguard, you can counterblast 2 and discard or Persona Blast and stand it, even if you get it on check. So if you break ride and they let you hit for some reason many times, use the break ride effect, then this one, and if it hits the second one, you can stand again. You can even kill all their sides. With this card, you're basically just getting pluses. That's the main goal. Get cards in your hand. You could also use it to kill them, I guess. But yeah, main goal though is to get pluses. And he looks really cool. Yay! The last card I have is Dragonic Overlord: The Rebirth. This is also a new one. Its skill is Counterblast 1, choose one or more of your rear guards and lock them. They have to be Kagero. Should be running one clan anyway. But this card gets plus 10,000, and at the end of the battle that this attacked, you can drop 2 and stand it. So it is basically just really big attacks at the Vanguard over and over. If you break ride, it's 30 something at the Vanguard. So, and you should have enough draw that if you have crappy rears, then lock everything, like put draw triggers and lock it, I mean. I would ride this over this in the situation of my columns suck and I have draw triggers in my hand. I would put those crappy draw triggers and lock them and attack. I would not ride the Rebirth if you're against Chaos Breaker, because though you can still win, because if you kill Chaos Breaker before he gets a draw advantage from your stuff, you'll win. That's just how it is. But if you don't, which is a high chance, they will just kill all of your lock stuff that you locked and get a lot of draw. So, but yeah, 13 base, pretty good. What I would suggest while playing this deck, if you guys decide to try it, is be smart on what you ride. If they are rushing you and you don't think you can get your break ride, start with riding this instead as a grade 3. And, you know, if you have another one of these, you can just get card advantage and you're good. Yeah, you don't necessarily need to cross or break ride, is what I'm saying. If you think you will have a better advantage riding one of these over this, do it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to respond with them. Yeah, thank you.